Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Talk to Me DMV, and I'm here with a new Moon and Aquarius video as soon as I pull up my chair. So what does that mean for us this lunation cycle? Stay tuned. I'll let you know. All right? Let's talk about Aquarius. What is Aquarius all about? Aquarius is about, and FYI, I got this little handy dandy cheat sheet from Amazon. Amazon stand up. I probably need to do a little review on all my little Amazon astrology stuff. They really be coming through. Okay, so let's pull my camera up just a little bit. Okay, y'all see my suitcase? I'm so ready to get up out of here. I am so ready to go. I'm ready to go. We are out. When I tell you this bag is like halfway packed and ready to go, we going to Jamaica soon. Anywho, so Aquarius is all about being altruistic, friendly, humanitarian, inventive, individualist, intellectual, logical, perceptive, rebellious, unique, unpredictable, visionary, eccentric, erratic, impersonal, and a rebel. Okay, Aquarius, it's a bad boy. It's a bad boy, and it's a masculine sign. So, like I said, it's a bad boy. Anywho, it is ruled by Uranus. That's the planet of chaos and disruption and individualism. But in terms of professions and association, properties, colors, gems, metals, and plants, when it comes to Aquarius, it connects to astrology, physics, computers, pilots, electric blue, aquamarine, the metal platinum, and the plant pine. So, thought that was pretty interesting. Anywho, Uranus, it is the planet that rules Aquarius. And Uranus is just kind of that sign that shakes everything up. Uranus is known to be the planet that focuses on your inner individuality and your uniqueness. Intuitive and creative, expresses inspirational rebellion, breakthroughs of society structures to become independent and original. Okay? I like that. Uranus is in my second house. And that's how I make my money. So I'm just like, yeah. It can be a little chaotic. But I got Jupiter there too. So we conjunct and they working together. I'm just having to work with my rebellious side. And I'm okay with that because, you know, I found it hard. I found it hard to be in positions where, you know, people were telling me things to do and I was just like, yeah, that don't make sense. I'm not doing that. I wasn't going to last in the career field very long, which makes sense why I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm an Aries, so I kind of got a little bit of that entrepreneurial skills on my side. But yeah, I had to understand my Uranus and what it was doing for me to be and all of that, okay? In terms of what house Aquarius rules, it is the 11th house. And the 11th house is all about like-minded people and similar interests to achieve ideals and hopes, joint activities, group expression, social life, and friends. It is a fixed sign. It is a sign that will help you start and complete whatever task it is that you're setting out to do. So, in general, before we get into the specifics, Aquarius season is a great season, if you will, to clarify your vision for the future. Okay, so I am going to be going as normal with my Moonology book or the Moon Journal, and then the Moonology book diary by Yasmin Bolin, and this is by Chronicle Books. Both you can once again get on Amazon. Everything that I got it on Amazon. Okay. Anywho, so yeah, it's a time to shake things up. It's time to be innovative. It is time to ask yourself, what is your vision for your future and how can you open your mind to new possibilities? Okay, So let's go down the elements to Aquarius. So it's an air sign, it's a fixed sign, and it's a transpersonal sign. So being an air sign, it's all about mental and social principles. Air is connection through process, sociability, communication, innovation, relationships, learning, writing, speaking, teaching, balance, breath, change, and aspirations for the future. Okay, so it is looking at how are you thinking? What are your thought process in terms of your vision for the future? How are you communicating? How are you working on what is innovative to you and actually executing it? It's a fixed sign. So fixed energy is lasting energy, like I said. It helps you stay direct and productive, or it helps you stay directed and productive. It's an excellent time to focus your energy. You may choose to continue to work on something that requires patience and persistence. The main thing is to keep going, keep doing it, right? And then in terms of being a transpersonal sign, that just means having the big picture. The last 4 signs of zodiac are transpersonal signs, so it's all about the big picture. What does this all mean? Okay? This kind of transpersonal aspect helps you understand yourself in relation to the world, right? So how does my vision for the future relate to me and greater society? What does that mean? And am I bringing something to society? Am I like, so for me, being a therapist, and like in astrology, I'm working on bringing more information to the greater society through doing YouTube videos. That's my vision, you know. I don't know if I'm going to be like influencing stuff, you know. I'm just trying to make sure that people that I work with get the information that, you know, I don't always have time to give in our sessions. So I find these new moon videos ways to kind of give the extra information that you can use outside of our therapeutic sessions. So that's just what these videos is about. My vision for the future. Okay, so what is happening in this lunation this weekend as well? So keywords during this zodiac month is being devoted, releasing fears, make a deal, and kind of be detached. That's where your individuality comes from when it comes to Uranus. We'll have a super new moon. You probably, if you're not a person that really looks in the sky like that, you probably wouldn't even pay attention, but you can always see the new moon in the sky. It's just pretty, just black, and you see the outprint of the moon. And if you take really big, or if you look really closely, you can see just how big the black moon is. In astrology, the black moon is connected to Lilith. Okay, that is the black moon, and we gotta honor our Liliths, because it's the, you know, hurt parts of us that we don't like to always, you know, connect to, but it helps us understand where some difficulties may have come in our lives and obstacles that we may face, and how can we, you know, use that information if we are aware of what it means. So just check out or look up Lilith, understand it a little bit more. It technically just means the new moon, and it's a black moon, okay? All right, so in terms of this season, Jupiter and the new moon will be conjunct. So that would mean that we're going to get a little bit of a bit of expansion or luck, or some extra blessings, a little bit of goodwill and good tidings coming along with this new moon. So what are your intentions? Remember, the new moon is taking time to think about what it is that you want to will into your life and starting to put some action plans around it. Full moon is about releasing whatever we don't need. So it's like taking this period to really collect our thoughts and think about how we want to envision something, how we want to structure something, how we going to execute something. Like, that is all about the new moon situation. Okay? All right. Another aspect that is happening around this new moon is Venus is meeting Saturn. Venus is the planet of love, and Saturn is the planet of life lessons, okay? If you're feeling sad, lonely, or blue, seek out a friend you love. The Aquarian energy is great for making groups It's great for groups and networks. It's also a good time to cut a deal or make a long-term commitment to someone. But not a great time to be alone unless you really feel like it. So seek out new friendships if old ones feel outdated. So this is the time to really be connected to your greater social community. Whatever it is, if you don't have many friends, start to get yourself connected to some type of group, whether it's an exercise group or any kind of like-minded group on Meetup, and just start to meet up. Just do it, because that is what, you know, the purpose of Aquarian energy is about, is social connections. Okay. So one of the things that helps us better understand how to, you know, work with this new moon is learning what house will be affected. So for Aries, this is going to be your 11th house. So where's my 11th house? Oh, Leo. Oh, my creativity. Okay. So anywho, Aries, this is your 11th house. Taurus, this is your 10th house. Gemini, this is your 9th house. Cancer, your 8th house. Leo, your 7th house. Virgo, your 6th house. Libra, your 5th house. Scorpio, your 4th house. Sagittarius, your 3rd house. Capricorn, your 2nd house. Aquarius, your 1st house. And Pisces, your 12th house. Okay, so these are the houses that will be affected in the sky for the next few days. Jupiter leaves retrograde January 18th. I mean, not Jupiter. Mercury leaves their retrograde January 18th. The sun moves into Aquarius January 20th, today. And the new moon is tomorrow. January 21st through 22nd, you have the super moon, new moon. And then January 22nd, Uranus is retrograde. And so a lot of disruption probably, you know. In terms of your ideas and individual ways of seeing things, you know, they're about to be blown right on out the water, honey. Right on out the water. All personal planets will be direct for the first time since last October, and the pace of life will fully start to flow again. One of the books that I like to use just to kind of get a understanding of what's happening in the sky, right? A little bit more spelled out for me because I'm not that, you know, proficient yet. But one of the things that I thought was very interesting was the top astrological events of the week of January 16th through the 22nd. So this just goes through Sunday. But on Saturday, the new moon in Aquarius in conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Capricorn is the sign of, let me tell you, ambition, conservation, discipline, being methodical, persevering, political, realistic, responsible, rigid, serious, thrifty, seeks money, status, and power. So Pluto, planet of transformation that belongs to Scorpio, it is in Capricorn. It's sextiling, meaning it shows opportunity for productivity and success. So mental attitudes being activated. You must activate for it to work. The new moon in Aquarius in conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn, sextiling Jupiter in Aries, and trining, which means trine shows your creative self-expression. It brings ease and comfort. It's trining Mars in Gemini. This is a day bursting with passion, confidence, and enthusiasm. Perfect for a date. So if you're looking to find somebody to holler at, talk to, make sure you do it on Saturday, because you got a lot of luck on your side, honey. All right, that's my new moon in Aquarius video. I hope this was productive. I'll keep you posted on, oh no, I almost broke my thing. Well, y'all know where I go. I'll keep you posted. I gotta go, because I done almost broke my blunt. I gotta go. Bye, y'all.